If you consider yourself a citizen of the PHP world, then you have probably found yourself wandering through the fascinating landscapes of traits and interfaces. In today's video, we are embarking on a journey to explore these two powerful tools in PHP. Traits and interfaces might seem like distant cousin at first glance, but each plays a crucial role in the architecture of your code. Traits offer a way to reuse methods across multiple classes, while interfaces define the blueprint of what methods a class must implement. So, we will try to learn a little bit more about these traits and interfaces in PHP. So, let's move to the coding area. So, this is a newly created PHP project in which we have these two classes. Both classes have store methods, and I'm just echoing this word from both store methods. So to learn about traits, we will let's suppose we need a function in both these classes which will log the method which will log the entries in a file whenever the store method in class or user uh, is being called. So let's suppose we have a function, and we will echo out the message from here. And let's suppose we need the same function in our user class. Okay, so you can see that we are repeating ourselves by defining the same function in two areas, one in user and second time in product class. So to minimize this thing and to make our code more reusable, we will use the trait here. So let's create trait. Creating a trait is very easy. Let's suppose our trait name is logable. Okay, so the namespace should be, I think, app. Okay, so our trait name, the first keyword for creating a trait is use the word trait, then its name, and then the body. Okay, so basically we will define all the functions which are needed in multiple classes in the trait. So we need this one, we will cut it from here and paste it here. Okay, so we will remove that function from this area as well. Okay, so now the trait is ready. We are going to use that trait in our product and user class. Okay, so here is logable, and I'm sorry, I have to close it and split. Okay, so here is user and here is product. Let's call that trait here. We call a trait by using the word use logable. Now from this area or from this point we can access the traits functions in our classes. So let's define that here as well. Okay, that is ready. So let's suppose whenever the store method of user class is being called, we want to call the trait function which is log. Okay, so this log, and we will pass our message from here. I'm being called from the user class. Okay, and in the same way we can call that in our product store method. Okay, I'm being called from the product class. So I have created this index.php where we will test our this functionality. So let's suppose our product object is created here and user is created here. Let's print r, and we are going to call the user store method, and in the same way we are going to call the store method of product class. Okay, so product and its store. So finally let's test it in our terminal. PHP index So guys, you can see that user store method is called, and then these lines of these lines are coming from the trait function, and we have changed that method in the user class. I mean, we have changed the message product store method, and I am being called from the product class. So it is proved that these trait functions are being called in product and user class. We can go further ahead, and we can use properties as well, like public info log. Okay, we can use properties in traits as well. We can call that property here as well in this way, this info log. Okay, and we will concatenate this. Okay, let's try it once more time. So as you can see, this word is appended with both. We can as well customize this in our user by defining that word here, and then passing that that variable to the log function. So in this way we can use traits in our PHP project, and we can increase our code reusability and maintainability. So now let's see about interfaces. To work on interfaces, I will create two classes and one interface behind the scenes to save the time and to shorten the video. So behind the scenes I have created these two classes, that is credit card payment, PayPal payment, and one trait which have these two methods: log payment processing and validate amount. So in PayPal payment class and credit card payment class we need these both classes. These two methods, so we have moved those two methods to our trait and then call that trait here. So now as we are discussing about the interfaces, so in credit card payment and PayPal payment we need a method uh, which will have different functionality according to the payment process. So to create an interface which will have a method, and we will call that interface in our these classes, and as you know, the methods in interface must be implemented by a class which is implementing that interface. So first of all, let's create our interface. Its name, we can give any name, but for the simplicity I will give it a name, payment processor interface. Okay, that will be the name. And here let's suppose its namespace is app namespace sorry app, and our interface name is payment processor interface. Here will be the body, and we will define our function inside it. It will just be a blueprint of the function. We will not implement that function here. Okay, so let's name it process payment, and we will pass float amount. Okay, and then after that, and let's give it the return type of boolean. Okay, sorry, it will be boolean. So that is done, our interface is created, and now we want that interface to be implemented by our these two classes. So we called traits in this way in any class, but we implement interfaces or call interfaces in a class in this way. Implements, which was the name of it was payment processing interface. Okay, as you can see these red lines, and it's complaining that class must be declare abstract or implement method process payment. This process payment method exists in this interface, so we have to implement we are bound to implement that method in our this class, because we are implementing or enhancing, or we can see including that interface in our this class. Okay, so let's create that function. Its name is process payment. Okay, and first of all, sorry, here is the things. Okay, here we will try to implement it. First of all, I want to check if not this valid amount, and amount we are going to pass this amount if that is not valid. So if you remember, this validate amount function is coming from our trait. Okay, echo, what we want to echo invalid amount, and new line, and from here we want to return false. But if that is true, then what we want to call again that trait method, this log method from our class. So from here we will call that log payment processing method to log the amount. Okay, and then from here we will echo out about the area from where we are processing credit card amount and the amount. Okay, and then we will return the true. So these and these are coming from are this trait. So in same way we will implement that interface in our PayPal. So let's copy all this in PayPal. First of all, we will implement that interface. Okay, That is done. Now we have to paste that class here, and we are going to processing credit card payment, and we will say processing PayPal payment, PayPal payment amount. Okay, guys, please excuse with me about the typo. So our both classes are extending that interface or using that interface by using implements PayPal processor interface. So here I have created another index2.php. We can use that code there, but for simplicity I have created this index2.php. So first of all, we will include our that interface here. You can ignore these line if we are working on some kind of frameworks. All these things are available as a boilerplate. Okay, so we are going to create a function here, and its name will be, let's suppose, function process, and we will pass our interface here, process interface as processor. Okay, and then we will pass the amount here. Okay, and then what's it's complaining about, let's check. Expected semicolon, where it want this semicolon. Hey, I don't know. Okay, let's move on. If it's a processor process payment, it's processor payment. Okay, and then amount. Okay, and from here we will echo out that thing. Okay, echo payment processed, but we need a new line here as well. Else what we will do, echo payment failed. Okay, and then after that we are going to create the new objects of these two classes. So for simplicity, let's go here, credit card payment, new object is created, and then we want PayPal payment object here, and then we will call the above function here in this way. Okay, so our first argument will be credit card payment, and then we will pass our amount. Okay, that is done. Again for the PayPal. Okay, and let's pass 50 here, and let's be more accurate. Okay, so we will now test it. PHP index2.php. Okay, process in online 11. What I'm doing wrong here, it's function process. Okay, and process. My typo mistakes. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Invalid amount, payment failed. Invalid amount, payment failed. So I have to put some checks here, and if amount is greater than this, what? Okay, here we have to pass this check. Okay, let's try one more time. Clear. Invalid amount, payment failed for first call, and then payment processing 50, processing PayPal amount 50, and payment done. So for credit card, I think we are doing some mistake in credit card. Where is credit card class? Here, same change needed. Okay, so let's do one more time. Yeah, it's working. Payment processing 100, credit card amount, payment process, and then PayPal. So in this way a class must implement those functions which are being defined without body in any interface. And while we can extend those functionalities, I hope I have explained these things in a well-mannered way about traits and interfaces. So thanks for watching my video. Please do like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Bye bye.